Chapter 3. Divided World. Gemini is the worst life coach I've ever had. Straighten your spine, she chirps in my head as I walk through the Maharlika wing's marble hallways. You're slouching like a Timawa. I am literally just existing, I mutter. Existing poorly, chin up, shoulders back. You're a Silvera, not a scholarship student. I hate her. I hate this. I hate that she's right. The moment I adjust my posture, a passing Maharlika student nods respectfully instead of looking through me like I'm furniture. It's been 3 days since I put on the Gemini necklace. 3 days of walking like I own the world, speaking in the clipped formal Tagalog the elite use, smiling at people I want to punch. The pendant auto-corrects everything. My gait, my word choice, even the way I hold my coffee cup apparently screams peasant without Gemini's intervention. Lucia would never hold her coffee like that. Lucia is elegant, refined. Everything Luna Silvera is absolutely not. Miss Silvera! A boy in an expensive barong waves at me. I have no idea who he is. Would you like to join us for lunch? We're discussing the upcoming legacy family orientation. Say yes, Gemini instructs. Networking is essential. I'd love to, I hear myself say in Lucia's voice. Slightly huskier than my real one. More confident. Text me the details? He beams like I've made his entire week. Gross. I escape to my quarters and immediately collapse on the obscenely expensive couch. Pagbailo, I whisper, and the change snaps back. Luna again, regular face, regular exhaustion. This is hell, I tell the empty room. Actual hell. Dramatic, Gemini comments, but fair. Summer term at Maaram Academy is weird. Most Maharlika students are gone, off to family estates or European vacations or wherever rich magical families go when school's not in session. The ones who stayed are either in remedial programs or just don't have anywhere better to be. They all want to be my friend. Every time Lucia walks through the wing, someone stops her. Oh, you're a Silvera. My family does business with yours. Or I heard about Crestwood High, so brave. Or my personal favorite, your mother was legendary. You must be so proud. Yeah. Super proud of my dead mother whose journals reveal she was investigating corruption that might have gotten her killed. Great conversation starter. The Timawa students, meanwhile, are everywhere. Cleaning, maintaining, making sure the magical infrastructure doesn't collapse while the Maharlika are off being useless. They work in gray uniforms that mark them as clearly as prison jumpsuits, and nobody makes eye contact with them. Except when they're being bullied. I'm heading to the library. Lucia needs to review family business records. Gemini's idea, not mine, when I see her. The girl from before, the one who got shoved by that Maharlika student my first day. She's scrubbing a hallway on her hands and knees, and 3 Maharlika boys are standing over her laughing. Missed a spot, one says, pointing at a perfectly clean tile. Are you stupid or just lazy? Another adds. The girl keeps scrubbing, doesn't look up, doesn't respond, just makes herself smaller. My hands curl into fists. Don't, Gemini warns. Not as Lucia. You'll make it worse for her. She's right. I know she's right. If I intervene as a legacy family heir, they'll just target this girl more to get back at me. But walking away feels like swallowing glass. I channel Lucia's voice. Cold, bored, Maharlika. Boys, don't you have remedial classes to attend? They turn. See my silver Silvera badge. Their expressions shift immediately, from cruel enjoyment to nervous respect. Miss Silvera, we were just wasting time? I let Gemini feed me the right words, the right tone. Sharp, dismissive. I'm sure the Academy has better uses for scholarship labor than entertaining you. Move along. It works. They actually leave. One even apologizes. I look down at the girl. She's frozen, still on her knees, staring at the floor. You're dismissed, I say, trying to make it sound like kindness. Go. She scrambles up and runs. Doesn't thank me, doesn't look at me, just flees like I'm as dangerous as the boys. I guess to her I am. I watch her disappear around a corner, and something in my chest twists. This isn't going to work. I can't fix anything from up here in the Maharlika wing, protected by my family name, speaking in the voice of the oppressor. I need to see the other side. Pagbailo. I'm back in my quarters, doors locked, speaking the word that makes me myself. Luna. Not Lucia. Just me. I strip off the Maharlika uniform, all silk and silver embroidery, and pull on my BTS hoodie, the one I wore in Iloilo, the one that smells like home and normalcy and a world where magic wasn't complicated by class warfare. Jeans, sneakers, baseball cap pulled low. I look like any normal 18-year-old who's had a bad year. Perfect. You're really doing this, Gemini says. She sounds amused. You have a better plan? No. I'm just enjoying watching you complicate your life. Great. My magical artifact has a sense of humor. I slip out through the servants' entrance, because of course the Maharlika wing has one of those, and head toward the Timawa quarters. The path takes me through gardens that shift between climates, past a fountain where water flows upward in defiance of physics, around buildings that exist partially in other dimensions. It's beautiful. It's magic. It's a lie coding something rotten. The moment I cross into Timawa territory, everything changes. The magic is still there, but it's functional, practical. No floating gardens or impossible architecture, just buildings that house too many students, courtyards for communal meals, and the constant sound of people working to keep this place running. And color. So much color. In the Maharlika wing, everything's tasteful neutrals and expensive materials. Here, students have painted murals on walls, hung laundry in rainbow patterns between buildings, created gardens in recycled containers. It's like walking into a completely different world, one where people actually live instead of just existing in museums. A group of students sits in a courtyard and I hear music. Not the classical stuff they pipe through the Maharlika wing. K-pop. BTS, actually. Dynamite. I can't help smiling. Nice playlist, I say, before I can stop myself. A girl looks up. She's got pointed ears, barely hidden by her hair, half fae maybe, and she's wearing the gray Timawa uniform like everyone else, but there's a patch on her shoulder. Embroidered, colorful, personal. You like BTS? She sounds shocked, like I've admitted to something impossible. I mean, who doesn't? She grins, huge, delighted. Oh my god, come here. We never get to talk about this stuff with... Wait, are you new? Yeah, just arrived. I'm Celestina, Celeste, Batangas. She pats the bench beside her. Sit, tell me everything. Have you been to the mortal world? Like, recently? What's it like now? Do people still do the whole... She makes a gesture I think is supposed to represent social media. The picture thing? Instagram? I sit. Can't help it. Her enthusiasm is infectious. Yeah, Instagram's still huge. TikTok's bigger, though. TikTok! Celeste clutches her chest dramatically. I've heard about it. We get stories from scholarship students who came from outside, but it's been years since... She stops, recalibrates. Sorry, I'm being weird. It's just, most of us grew up here, or in Agarang. We don't get to the mortal world much, or ever. You've never left? I'm a foundling. She says it matter-of-factly. Born here, parents, whoever they were, left me at the Timawa dorms when I was a baby, so no, never left, probably never will. The casual acceptance in her voice hurts. That's normal for us, she shrugs. But hey, you're here now. What's your name? What brings you to Maaram? I should have planned this better. I need a cover story, a identity, something that explains why I'm here without revealing I'm actually sleeping in a 3-story mansion in the Maharlika wing. Lucia, I say, grabbing the first name that comes to mind. Lucia Cruz. Bold choice, Gemini comments, using your boyfriend's surname. Shut up. And I'm here because... I think fast. Family stuff. My godparents died. Aswang attack. I needed somewhere safe. Celeste's expression shifts immediately. Sympathetic. Oh no, I'm so sorry. That's... Wow. Are you okay? Not really, but I'm here. Well, welcome to Maaram. She stands, pulling me up with her. Come on, let me give you the real tour, not the propaganda they show Maharlika families. The Timawa dorms are nothing like the Maharlika wing. 4 students to a room meant for 2. Bunk beds so close together you could reach out and touch your neighbor. Shared bathrooms with plumbing that sounds like it's dying. The walls are thin. I can hear conversations from 3 rooms away. Someone's music, someone else crying quietly. But it's alive. People have made it theirs. Posters cover every surface. Photos, art, little shrines to spirits and saints and K-pop idols. Each room has personality crammed into impossible small spaces. This is me, Celeste says, opening a door to a room with 4 beds and barely enough floor space to walk. I share with 3 others, but they're on work shifts right now. We rotate, someone's always working, someone's always sleeping, someone's always at class. It's chaos, but we make it work. She shows me the communal kitchen where students cook meals together, the laundry room where everything's done by hand because the magical systems prioritize the Maharlika wing, the study room where Timawa students teach each other because the official classes are useless propaganda, according to Celeste. They only teach us basic binding, she explains, just enough to be useful, not enough to actually, compete with Maharlika students. Can't have us getting ideas above our station. The bitterness in her voice is familiar. I heard it in Alexa's voice sometimes back in Iloilo when scholarship requirements got ridiculous. God, Alexa, I miss her so much it's physical. That's messed up, I say. That's Maaram. Celeste stops at a bulletin board covered in announcements. Oh, you'll need to register for work study. All Timawa students have to work to pay for tuition. It's, she makes air quotes, character building. What jobs are available? Depends what you're good at. Cleaning, maintenance, food service, groundskeeping, spirit calming if you've got the talent. The Maharlika wing needs a lot of staff. She points at a list. Kitchen duty's actually not bad. You get to eat the good food, and the head cook is nice. Before I can respond, she's already filling out a form. Lucia Cruz, she mutters, writing. Functional magic, food handling. That work? Sure. Great. You start next week when term officially begins. She hands me the paper. Just bring this to registration. They'll sort you out. And just like that, I'm enrolled. Not as Luna Silvera, legacy family heir, as Lucia Cruz, Timawa kitchen staff. This is going wonderfully wrong, Gemini observes. No kidding. We're heading back to the dorms when I hear shouting. A crowd's gathered at the edge of the courtyard, and there's magic in the air, the sharp, wrong feeling of binding happening nearby. Celeste grabs my arm. Come on, we need to. But I'm already moving, pushing through students, seeing what's happening. A boy is on his knees in the center of the courtyard. He's massive, at least 6.5 feet, built like a tree with earth-brown skin that marks him as part capre. And he's got tears streaming down his face while 2 Maharlika students practice binding magic on him, not on spirits, on him, a person. They're treating him like a training dummy. Stay still, freak, one of them says, laughing. We need to get this right for exams. The binding magic wraps around the boy like chains. He's shaking. Not from the magic, he's strong enough to break it, but from the fear of what happens if he does. My sidlak flares, hot, angry, ready to burn something. Stop, I hear myself say. My voice doesn't sound like Luna or Lucia. It sounds like something older, angrier. Let him go! The Maharlika students turn. One sneers. Who the hell are you? Before I can answer, someone else steps forward. A girl with copper skin and dark hair, her features marking her as half Timawa. She's wearing the gray Timawa uniform but walking like she owns the space. She's someone who's going to watch me kick your ass if you don't back off, the girl says. Her smile is all teeth. Hi, I'm Liliana Cordero. You might have heard of my family. You know, the Corderos? The legacy family? The Maharlika boys hesitate. You're Timawa. Yeah, half-breed, illegitimate, all the words you're thinking. Liliana's smile gets sharper. But I'm still a Cordero, and that means I can make your life very difficult if you don't stop using my friend as target practice. Your friend is property. Wrong thing to say. Liliana makes a gesture and suddenly there are pixies. Dozens of them. Appearing from nowhere, glowing, angry, and pelting the Maharlika boys with what looks like tiny fireworks. Fairy fire. Not lethal, but definitely painful. The binding magic around the Capri boy shatters. He scrambles back and Celeste rushes forward to help him up. But the Maharlika students aren't done. The older one, probably a senior, starts chanting. Real binding words. The kind that could do serious damage. My sidlak moves before I can think. I channel it through the pixie's fairy fire, transforming it from annoyance into actual weapons. Fire bolts, dangerous, aimed at the ground in front of the students, but close enough to make them stop chanting. Everyone freezes. Run, I tell Liliana. Who the hell are... Run! Celeste shouts something about the groundskeeper coming. The Maharlika students bolt, the pixies scatter, and I'm left standing there with my sidlac still flickering around my hands, clearly visible, clearly not normal magic. Liliana stares at me. What are you? Scholarship student, I lie. With anger issues. We should go. The Capri boy, Kid Ann, Celeste calls him later, is shaking but okay. We help him back to the dorms while the crowd disperses, everyone pretending they saw nothing. Welcome to Maaram Academy, where students can be used as practice dummies and everyone just accepts it. That night, I'm officially part of the group. We're on the roof of the Timawa common room, apparently a popular spot for rule breaking, passing around a bottle of something that tastes like paint thinner, mixed with regret. Lambanog, Liliana says when I cough. Coconut wine, contraband, obviously. The Maharlika get fancy imported stuff. We get this. It's terrible, I manage. Yeah, but it's ours. She takes a swig. So, Lucia Cruz, that was some impressive magic earlier. Where'd you learn to weaponize pixie fire? Self-taught. Not technically a lie. Had to defend myself a lot growing up. Kitten is sitting with his arms wrapped around his knees, still shaky. His voice is deep, gentle, completely at odds with his size. Thank you for earlier. Most people don't. They just walk past. I couldn't just walk past, I say. Why not? Liliana's watching me intently. Most people do. It's safer, easier. Why risk yourself for a stranger? Because I watched my godparents die protecting people? Because I know what it feels like to be powerless? Because walking past is how systems like this keep functioning? But I can't say any of that. Because it was wrong, I say instead. And I'm tired of wrong things happening while everyone pretends not to see. Celeste raises the bottle. I'll drink to that. We pass it around. The city spreads below us, Maharlika districts glowing with expensive magic. Timawa quarters, dimmer but alive with actual life. The academy towers above it all, beautiful and terrible and hiding so much darkness. So, what's your story? Liliana asks. Real story, not the registration form version. I tell them a version of the truth. Parents dead, raised by godparents who were killed by a swang, boyfriend taken by his order for helping me, best friend's memory wiped by healers for her own good. All true. I just leave out the part about being a Silvera, about having a 3-story mansion in the Maharlika wing, about living a double life made possible by a sentient necklace. Details. Kitten tells us about his family. Spirit herders. All of them empaths who can calm angry spirits. He's here on scholarship, working to send money home to his village. Liliana talks about her father, a Cordero heir who loved her Timawa mother but was forced to abandon them both for the sake of family reputation. He still sends money, she says bitterly. Like that makes up for pretending we don't exist. Celeste, the foundling, has no story except the dorms. This place raised her. The other Timawa students are her family. She's never known anything else. By the time the bottle's empty, we're a group, a team, 4 Timawa students who've bonded over shared trauma and terrible alcohol. I should feel guilty about lying to them. I do feel guilty, but I also need to be here, need to see this side, need to understand what the Maharlika system does to people who don't have family names to protect them. You're getting in deep, Gemini observes. Yeah, I whisper, too quiet for anyone to hear. I know. Below us, the academy glitters. Beautiful, pristine, perfect. And somewhere inside it, spirits are being bound against their will. Students are being treated like property. A system is crushing anyone who doesn't fit its idea of worthy. My mother tried to fight this. She failed. I don't know if I'll succeed. But sitting here with Kitan, Liliana, and Celeste, people who've never had privilege, who've survived anyway, who still find ways to laugh and drink terrible wine and exist despite everything trying to erase them. I think I understand why she tried. Some things are worth fighting for, even if you lose, especially if you lose. The lambanog tastes a little less terrible by the last sip.